studying well. Today we are starting with chapter number 3 of 8th standard, Indian Constitution. But before going to the chapter, let's try to understand its importance. If we are playing any simple game, how important are the rules of the game? Obviously, they are very, very important. Even whenever you are studying, you all have prepared a list of rules for your daily schedule. Yes or no? And accordingly, you are preparing yourself. So, in each and every task which we are carrying on the day-to-day basis, even any game which we play, all require certain set of rules and regulations. Right? Without rules and regulations, no game can work out properly. Let's take an example of cricket. If we all are playing cricket, we all know well that whenever we will hit the ball to the boundary, then only the 4 hits. Yes or no? Okay, how did you came to know that whenever the ball reaches to the boundary it is 4, or whenever the ball flies without the hit to the ground to the boundary, then it is 6. It is same everywhere. Why so? Because it is the part of the rule of that game. Right? So to have proper functioning of a simple game, we would require the set of rules. In the same manner, country like India or any country of the world, to have its management proper, would require the set of rules. We all know well that India is a democratic country. Means we have the right to elect our government every 5 years. Right? Every 5 years general elections are held and we elect our own government. Now every 5 years when the government changes, do each and everything in the country changes? No. Why? Because all the management which is done in the country during these 5 years by any government is done 100% according to the set of rules mentioned in our constitution. So no matter government changes, basic structure of the country, its management will never change. Right? So, we are coming to the introduction of the chapter, Indian Constitution. So, basically, Constitution means the set of rules for the government to manage the country. Let's go with the definition. A systematic compilation of rules to run the government of the country is known as Constitution. So basically, Constitution is a book in which rules and regulations regarding management of the country is written. Right? Each and every country have its own constitution, its own set of rules. Constitution is considered to be the topmost authority of the whole country because it is considered to be the superior power to provide guidance to the whole country. Yes or no? It can be in the written or unwritten form. Many countries of the world have their constitution in the written form. Many countries have it in the form of unwritten structure. We in India have our constitution in written form. Each and everything is written very clearly in the book. I would like to share some of the things related to the book of Constitution, which is not exactly the part of the chapter. Basically, the book lies at Indian Parliament building. Right? It is lying at Indian Parliament. Where the Indian Parliament is? Delhi. We know this well. Right? So our Indian Constitution is lying at the Parliament. It is kept in the very high security. Right? As we consider it as a very valuable document, we kept it in a very, very high security. Right? It is kept under the glass box. Even in that glass box, certain gases are present, which is making that book keeping longer time, pages of it fresh. Right? Boundaries of all the pages of the Constitution are having a thick decorated border of gold. Right? In this way, a constitution is very valuable document of our country. Even it is not allowed for the general common people to have the visit to see the constitution. Right? Our constitution starts with preamble. So can I say that preamble is an introductory page of our constitution, which is showing what are the beliefs, what are the thinkings of our country. Right? So preamble is an introductory page of Indian Constitution. Now let us try to understand that how the Constitution of India was formed. Constitution of India is a statement of national goals and aims. Right? Constitution is showing what the goals of the particular nation is and what are its aims, such as democracy, secularism, national unity, etc. These all are our goals and aims. Democracy, we have freedom. Secularism, we the people of India are free to follow the religion we want. This is the meaning of secularism. National unity, no matter, we all belong to different caste, class, creed, but then also we all stay unitedly in our country. So national unity is also one of the goal or an aim of our constitution. No matter we all belong to any religion, rules remain same for each and every person living in this country. Right? We don't have any religion as our national religion. Right? The Constitution started its working on 9th December 1946. So we started forming our Constitution on 9th December 1946. Can I say before independence? We got independence in the year 1947. So in the year 1946, we started working on our Constitution. Leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Patel, even female leaders like Sarojini Naidu, Vijayalakshmi Pandit, etc. were the well-known members of formation of Constitution. Right? It took roundabout 2 years, 11 months and 18 days of time for the formation of Constitution. Many commissions were formed, many meetings were held, and finally our constitution was ready by 26th November 1949. Right? So our constitution was ready on 26th November 1949, and we implemented our constitution on 26th January 1950. Right? For this reason, 26th January 1950. From the year 1950, we started celebrating 26th January as our Republic Day. Means what? That this 26th January is the day when we implied our constitution on our country. So from the year 1949, we started celebrating 26th January as our Republic Day. What do you mean by Republic Day? That on this day we implemented our constitution. Right? No country of the world can work without constitution. It is very much important part for easy management of countries. Right? Even constitution is having many salient features that we are going to discuss one by one in this chapter. The salient features of our constitution are democratic rule, secularism, republic, federal state, etc. In this lecture, we are going to read about democratic rule and secularism. So let's try to understand the concept of democratic rule first. So basically, what do you mean by the democratic rule? That we, the people of India, have followed the principle of democracy. What is democracy? That we Indians have the right to elect our own government. Every 5 years, general elections are held, and every person living in the country who is above the age of 18, right? Any person who is in the age of 18 or above would have the right to vote, right? And that voting will decide our ruler for the next 5 years. Right? Each and every person, no matter they belong to which caste, class, creed, or poor or rich, anything, they all who are in the age of 18 or above and who is the citizen of our country have the right to vote. And this voting decides our future for the next 5 years. After the end of 5 years, again the elections would be held and the rulers would be decided. This is how we follow the structure of democratic rule. Right? Second one is secularism. The word secularism means that the people living in India are free to follow the religion they want. Right? We as an India have not selected any religion as our own Indian religion. India is an amalgamation, combination of various religions. Right? People of India are free to follow any religion they want. Right? So secularism gives us the permission, the right to follow any religion of our choice. Republic and federal state are the two concepts as well as fundamental rights that we would be studying in our next lecture. Till then, try to analyze the video, try to understand what we discussed, and thank you.
आभार।